This is Autoline Daily, the show dedicated to enthusiasts of the global automotive industry. Tesla's semi-truck just took another step closer to reality. The company is now taking orders. Buyers need to plunk down a $5,000 reservation up front, which is fully refundable, but then they need to pay another $15,000 within 10 days to secure their order. The reservation page does not mention when the semi will be available, but at Tesla's Cyber Rodeo earlier this year, CEO Elon Musk said it would be in production next year. The auto industry keeps making massive investments in electric cars. Hyundai is going to announce plans this week to build a new EV plant in the U.S., and Nissan is considering doing the same thing. Hyundai is expected to announce plans for a massive $7 billion plant that would employ 8,500 people. That suggests it would include a battery plant. It will be built near Savannah, Georgia. And Nissan is thinking of building a new plant that could be adjacent to one of its existing plants in Tennessee or Mississippi. The AP reports that Nissan CEO Ashwani Gupta says local production is becoming more important for all automakers. EV tax credits, currency fluctuations, shipping costs, import tariffs, and geopolitical concerns are driving the move for more localized production. It looks like Ford is in the process of selling off all of the stock it owns in Rivian. A week ago, it sold off 8 million shares, and on Friday, it sold another 7 million. Even so, Ford still has nearly 87 million shares left over. But it doesn't want to dump all of them at once because that would send the price down quickly. Roughly 75 million Rivian shares trade hands every day. So when Ford decides to sell, it apparently only sells enough to account for about 10% of the trades on that day. When Rivian went public, its IPO price was $78 a share. Now it's trading at around $26 a share. But even at that low price, we estimate that Ford will make around $1.5 billion of profit on the $1.2 billion it originally invested in Rivian.
At Schaeffler, we pioneer motion. Electrifying mobility, manufacturing smarter, reducing CO2 emissions, making energy production clean. Schaeffler pioneers motion to advance how the world moves.
There are a few key reasons to start a business in Michigan. First of all, it's the talent. Second, Michigan is wired for winning. Third, the ecosystem here is really focused on supporting businesses in the market.
Hey, remember this face? It's the BMW Concept XM. And the comments section sure did light up when it was revealed last November. So we're eager to report that prototypes of the production model are in the final phases of development, and it should start rolling down the line at BMW's plant in South Carolina before the end of the year. Aside from what you might think of the styling, this is a pretty unique vehicle. The XM will be sold exclusively as an M model, which we don't think it has done since the M1, which went out of production in 1981. It's also an all-wheel drive, plug-in hybrid SUV that pairs a V8 engine and an electric motor for a combined output of 480 kilowatts or 650 horsepower. But it's capable of 80 all-electric kilometers as well, according to the WLTP test, or an estimated 30 EPA miles. There's a lot more that is unique to the development of the XM, so we'll provide a link if you'd like to learn more. Speaking of electrified concepts, Porsche is testing components from the Mission R all-electric race car concept in modified GT4 versions of the Cayman. They feature the entire motor and battery setup from the concept, which is capable of 735 kilowatts or nearly 1,000 horsepower. but it would be dialed back so the vehicle would be capable of lasting a 30-minute race, maybe around 600 horsepower. In the future, Porsche hopes to provide all-electric race cars for customer motorsports. Geez, just when we hope to put COVID behind us, General Motors, Ford, and Stellantis reinstated mask mandates at certain factories in Michigan. Those plants are located in counties where the CDC has labeled them a high risk for COVID infection. GM and Ford did not say how long the mandate will be in place, while Stellantis says it will be for 2 weeks. There are 16 counties in Michigan currently listed as high risk, including the Detroit area where most of their plants are located. Back in March, the Detroit Automakers, along with the UAW, lifted mask mandates at plants as long as they are in areas that aren't a high risk for transmission.
We want to know what drives your testing. OTA, connected car, diagnostics, remote testing. Intrepid Control Systems is here to help you work from anywhere. Intrepid Control Systems, driven by your data.
While EV batteries get all the attention, Magna says battery enclosures are turning into a big business. Those enclosures will generate $600 million in revenue for the supplier in 2024. And only 3 years later, that will ramp up to $1.5 billion, says CEO Swami Kotagiri. Magna makes the enclosures for the Ford F-150 Lightning, as well as the Hummer EV. The one for the Hummer is 8 feet long, weighs 200 pounds, uses hundreds of stampings and fasteners, as well as tens of meters of welding and sealing. And it sounds like Magna is getting more GM business too. It says making enclosures this way provides far more flexibility for different models and different automakers. It says that molding them out of plastic would involve using expensive, separate tooling for every model. The prices of raw materials keep going up, but nothing like palladium. As you probably know, catalytic converters use expensive materials, including platinum, rhodium, and palladium, and Russia accounts for 25 to 30% of the world's supply of palladium. Thanks to sanctions slapped on Russia because of its invasion of Ukraine, the price of palladium is soaring. It's $2,000 an ounce. So the auto industry is shifting to use more platinum instead, which is less than half the price of palladium. The Nissan Z car is now in its 7th generation and is brand new. It rides on a modified rear-wheel drive platform that features a double wishbone front suspension and a multi-link rear. Under the hood is a 3-liter twin-turbo V6 that makes 400 horsepower and 350 pound-feet of torque. It can be mated to either a 6-speed manual or a 9-speed automatic. And interestingly, there's no price difference between the two. More on that in a minute. But the Z car operates in a very unique space, especially in our market here in the US. It doesn't have a lot of competition. Really, its only direct competitor is the Toyota Supra. But you could make arguments for the Mustang, Toyota Roo Twins, and maybe even the Corvette. And we thought there was a lot to like about the new Z during a recent drive. As you would suspect, with 400 horsepower, there's plenty of get up and go. The 6-speed manual shifted smoothly, and while you rip through first gear pretty quick, there is a nice long pull in second. The suspension is stiff and holds turns pretty well, but a true test would be on the track. But it's not too stiff that you're going to rattle out your teeth. I felt a little extra cushion in the seat, which I think helped with this too. I'd also like to note that the pedals were spaced well enough for someone to heel toe, and at 6'4", I fit nicely inside the car without being cramped. Speaking of the inside, it's got nice components and materials on all the main touch points. The steering wheel, door pockets, and lower dash are all covered in a quality-looking leather, and you get an 8-inch or optional 9-inch digital display for the infotainment. But the rest of the materials and switchgear looked a little on the cheap side to me, especially since we had the nicer model that topped out at over $53,000, including destination charges. Base price is just over $41,000. And we've been in the Supra, which is priced similarly, and we thought it had a more premium interior. But the Z has the look and the drive that's going to appeal to anyone that's ever wanted one or had a Z car in the past. And that brings us to the end of today's show. Thanks for making Autoline part of your day.
Autoline Daily is brought to you by Bridgestone, solutions for your journey, Intrepid Control Systems, over-the-air engineering, boost your game, and by Scheffler, we pioneer motion.